Hi everybody, how are you today? Welcome and happy December 1st. Happy start of December daily. I'm so excited to be here with you today, and I am just gonna jump right in with finishing off my reason why. I'm gonna add in my day one photos and just add in some bits to my table of contents and my calendar, and I am so very excited to have you here, and I hope you'll join me for this video. So let's get right into it. So I'm starting off by cutting out these photos. So I've printed this out for my reason why, and then I've printed these photos out for my day one. Now what happened? Earlier I printed them out, but they were a bit small. I printed them off. This is interesting. Anyway, I printed them off with border, less printing off, and so they came out a bit smaller. I'm also noticing as well that the color tone is different because this is PDF print and this is PNG. So I may have to reprint this for just PNG because I prefer the tones from this. So I'm just gonna do that and I'll be right back. So I got this printed perfectly on the first try, so I'm extremely proud of that. And so now I'm just gonna cut the calendar photo to see, and just to be sure it fits before I print these pictures again. I have no problem with this small one, but I do feel like I don't too much like the hues on the others for the tag. And I know you may or may not see what I'm referring to, but I could give you a closer look in a bit. So usually in Canva, when we download, it will ask you if you want save in CMYK for PDF print, but doesn't ask that for PNG. So I figure that's what the difference is, because CMYK is especially for printing, so it does give some lovely rich hues. This is a very tiny picture. I may have to use my scissors for this one, but I did get to wear my sweater today for Christmas party. First Christmas party of the season. The dress code was wear your loudest Christmas shirt, and this was the loudest that I chose to wear. I'll probably go louder next year, but I did enjoy dressing up for December 1st. I'm just gonna clear some space here and show you. This I can actually add in. Actually, these two I can add in. So if you see these tones, I don't know if you could see, but these are warmer tones. These are lovely and rich as well, but they're just not the same, I think. And I hate printing things over for essays like this, but for now I'll focus on trying to get this picture in the right position. So today is Thursday, so I'll get that stuck there. And I'm not putting pictures every day, but I am trying to create a timeline, and in hopes that it gives just an idea of how Christmas was, because I realized for my December daily stories, you know, we don't always take pictures of everything, one, and two, for me at least, I don't tell chronological stories of things that happened on the day. I actually think I was thinking about that one Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Reason being, I know the weekends could be a bit heavy. So I'm thinking instead of having everything, it will end up being a bit top heavy on this side of the calendar if I put Saturday and Sunday next to each other. Open. Yeah, this feels dry. That was an easy pickup. So at least it will spread out if I put Saturday here. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I have this one. So I'll actually add in the words. Oh, and this one is actually saying my Sunday first, so that's perfect. Love that I made that change before the glue dried. And then yeah, also gonna add in my table of contents. I will add this in. I'm contemplating if I want it in gold, but I think I should stick to black. Just because I love black ink so much. And this I printed in red. And I'm just gonna stick this down as is. It is a slightly different hue, but I don't mind it. Initially I thought I would have had extra space to add yeah, to add in brad, but I don't think that's the case, so I'm just gonna try and center this and just kind of press. I actually still feel weird sometimes when I use this tracing paper. I was gonna say I feel weird putting my entire finger on photo paper sometimes I can't help it. But sometimes if I can, like with this, and that's great, and so that's good enough for me. Do I want to put a star up there? Let's see what it looks like in a pocket now. Yeah, and I think that's fine. Call that done. So let's print these photos and let's get these things matched up and lined up. So what I decided to do before I print and waste any more ink, I decided to cut these down and just ensure that they printed to scale. Because yeah, that would suck if I printed it again and they did not print to scale. Yeah, so these are still a bit smaller. So maybe I'll increase the size a little bit and see how that goes. So here we are, and I'm about to cut these down And also I've printed out my day 3 journaling. Now I really don't like wasting full sheets of paper for just, you know, a couple of photos. So what I try to do is I try to think ahead of anything else that I need to print for future stories. And so day 2 is already done, but day 3 I had some journaling that I hadn't done yet. So that kind of just helps to fill out the page and make me feel like I'm not wasting photo paper. So yeah, let's do take 3. I promise, you know, this is a part of December daily that I kind of forget, you know, the little bloopers. But I feel like this, I mean, I was really happy to leave it like this, but I guess now that I'm here, it does look a little bit wonky. So I will try back again. Other ways that you can do this is if you have the digital and you print the digital to scale, so you put the photos in. I know with Canva you could probably do a frame, find a tag frame and pop it in and try to get it to fit to this frame. Or even if you just size it to this, then you'll just cut around it and snip off the edges. So that's another way you could probably do it, if you, but then that also means you're using ink for an entire page, really, because you want to get 3 pictures out of it. So it just, you know, I guess do the best you can. Something that I realized a lot for December daily is that my red, oh, this is, yeah, this is as perfect as I'll get right now, without adding any other digital techniques. So I think I'm gonna just stick with that. I'm gonna try to get this cut smoothly. And then, so something that I did before, and I'll probably show you, but so while I'm here, let me just cut this down to 3 inches. Shimmy. Another tip though, if you have excess paper, you can cut them down to 4x6 and then use the 4x6s if you're printing smaller photos or journaling. So that's there. And now what I'm gonna do, because some of these are shaped a bit, you know, differently, like this one, you see I didn't really get it exact, even though I did do some marking. So what I am gonna do is use this tracing paper, and I am going to draw the outline of the tags on the back paper to ensure that I get the proper shape for the picture that I am going to place over that tag segment. So it is a bit tricky, and I'm sure there are other digital ways that you can get it done, but I wanted to keep it simple. I have been using quite a bit of my software like Cricut and Canva and things, and I just really wanted to be able to complete this spread without another digital technique. So I'm just really outlining these tags, and this worked well for me. What I also did was I placed the black slick writer pen on the photos. That's what I did earlier, and I will probably do it again, just to ensure that I get the right spots to cut. But there are a number of you know, non-digital ways to do it, and I quite liked my idea with the tracing paper, and it worked well, especially for the shapes that were not a regular tag shapes, or the ones in the corner. And so once I have completed tracing these tag shapes, I can go ahead and cut the photos down to the respective shape based on where they are in the layout. And then once I have that done, I can glue these pictures together. And so the longest bit really was just me making sure they lined up perfectly well, because as I said, I have no intentions of doing this one over, so I wanted to be sure, tracing paper wise or using the pen, that I had all my bases covered. And I think that's the thing with working with a template, especially if you're not using a digital technique, it is important to get those lined up. And so I'm using my cutter and I'm making sure the slick writer is black, so it is a bit difficult to see, so you may see my head poking through, but I'm just really trying to make sure that I get it right on target, and I think I've gotten it really as close to as possible. So I keep checking the measurement after each cut just to make sure that I'm still on track with this process. It is quite a bit of a process, and but it really in real time wasn't that long. I think in real time everything took me about 27 minutes from printing, cutting, and this is because I'm also working with my foundation page, so I worked on the other elements of this page during the month of November. I do have a reel with how I set this page up, so I will link it in the description box if you'd like to check out how I put this page together. And so for now in December, it really is just adding photos, and then I also added the journaling to that tag, the under that gold vellum tag that has the rubber tag and the black and gold gift on top of it. I have my journaling under there, so I'm really just measuring everything up, making sure everything is lined up perfectly, making sure that I don't cut off pieces of our faces, but I do cut off Santa in this one because he is in the other two photos, so I thought it was fine to align it this way. And the tracing paper really helped me for this image, which I think is the most oddly shaped one. And so yeah, so this is me just trimming them down neatly and trying to get the very best angles for it, and then adhering it to the template. And so I am really satisfied with how it is coming together. It did take a bit of work, but again, as I said, it really was just cutting these pictures down to size. And yeah, I'm definitely enjoying this tracing paper, so I'm really glad that I came up with that idea. And now I can just glue everything down. And so the process is really simple. I love using this glue pen, by the way. It's just a Tacky Glue pen, and quickly gluing it down. I ensure that I put adhesive on both the outline and the inner, just so that it doesn't pucker where the picture is. I am not trying to remove the old picture because I really don't want to destroy the paper. I only have one of these, and it is one of my favorite papers from this set, and I only have one. So I really just needed to get this right. I also had that flip page where you're seeing the poinsettia and the gold acetate, and I wanted to put either photo or journaling behind that one, but it just looks so pretty. And when I placed the photo, because the photos were dark, I liked the aesthetic with it, with the white behind it, so I decided to leave it. And so yeah, I just stuck these pictures down. My journaling is there already, and I call it done. So I do hope that you enjoyed my video. I really am excited for all that this season brings. I hope that you will join me on this journey, and I am really looking forward to connecting with you through this entire process. I do hope that you would tag, comment, follow, subscribe, like on Instagram so that I can see what you guys are up to with December daily this year, and feel free to comment below and let me know how you're going about December daily this year, where you're at, what you're working on, if you're working on it now during the month of December, or if like some people you're doing it during the year. Let me know what you guys are up to. I do look forward to chatting with you, and I hope that you've enjoyed my first video for December. Thank you so very much for joining me. I hope you enjoy this spread, and I look forward to hearing more from you guys during the month of this very magical season, December. Have a good one, guys. Bye.